It's day 6. Day 6 of the Goddess Challenge. Welcome, guys. Welcome. Welcome. Turn that light down. It's a little too bright. How are you today on this beautiful Saturday day? Saturday. Woo-hoo. That's how it is when you have been shut in, right? When you have been quarantined or social distancing, however we want to say it. Good morning. It's nice to see you. So today we're on to day 6. And I wanted to share with you, a couple things today. All about day 6. We have a big day, lots of information and things for you to do for your challenge. Great challenge for you today. At first I wanted to see, recorded heat in Florida. Wow. Temperatures are rising. I want to see how you're doing with the challenge so far. Have you been able to do every day's challenge? Have you had your goddess book out or your journal alongside and taken the opportunity to go a little bit deeper with the principles now that we have this kind of fun, spontaneous challenge going on? It's a good time to do all of those things. And if you haven't yet, may I suggest that you take time, because tomorrow, I don't think I'm coming live. I think I'm going on Monday. Although I say I might, but, so I don't normally work on Sundays, but you never know. Maybe I'll pop on for a card reading, or maybe we'll keep it going with our challenges. What? 26 challenge. Okay, I'm just sharing the video. Good morning. Nice to see you all. Signing on, grab your journals, grab your coffee, your pen. Maybe you have your coffee already or your tea. Oh, you've been busy then, Susan. You've been really busy, right? Okay, there we go. Day 6. Here we go. We are rocking and we are a-rolling. Woohoo! Day 6 is all about letting it go. And last night, as I was preparing myself, this is what I do beforehand. I get myself in that mindset of like, what are we going to talk about tomorrow? This is the next principle. And I happened to pop onto my Instagram account and I saw that, and you guys might remember baby Braden, who I spoke about, and his mom who would come and bring Braden. And actually his story is in my new book, Baby Braden, yes. Well, I found out a few days ago that his father, Jonathan, has the virus. He has the coronavirus. And since Braden, they had another baby, Penelope, who was born perfect. And you guys might be following them. I don't know. It's Journey for Braden right here on Facebook. But Katie yesterday, Braden's mom, announced that both children tested positive for the coronavirus. And though they didn't do a test on Katie because she wasn't showing symptoms, they're assuming that she probably has the beginnings of it or will have it. And so now her husband's in the hospital. She's at home with the children. She also had hurt her left hand, so she's immobile on the left hand and left side, so she can't do a lot. I just was overwhelmed. As you can imagine, my heart poured out for them, my sorrow that these babies, have to go through this experience of not having their dad who supports their mom. This is a working couple, just like everyone else we know. They're doing the best they can, and they have a child who was born compromised, who has a special needs. So my heart is pouring out for Katie and Braden and Penelope and Jonathan, this beautiful family, as I'm sure we all know someone or of someone who has been affected by this virus. And I also found out that the girl that does my website and social media, she supports me with a lot of things. Her husband's grandfather passed away. He got the virus in the nursing home and he was by himself. So she was devastated, and we're going to hear these stories. These are real stories. This is a real life happening. So why we're staying on this journey of being in Goddess fun, of going through these principles, is knowing what we can do while we're home, knowing how we can show up for our family, knowing how we can show up for the world and for these people. So while we'll get overwhelmed or even consumed by fear, what we can do is we can raise our vibration. We can take our energy and shift it, and we can start healing things that are really blocking complete joy and complete love from not only being in our life, but then the extension, the outward world. So important. Cheryl is Braden and Penelope's grandmother and Katie's mom. Yes, Cheryl, you're most welcome. It is, my heart pours out for your whole family. Hey, Caitlin, how are you? Caitlin, you're one of my people. I have your new book on my kitchen table ready to mail, but I haven't gone to the post office, but it's all ready for you. And I might actually drive by and just hang it on your mailbox in a little bag one day when it's not raining. But I'm going to get it to you. How are you? I hope you're doing well. I hope your family is healthy and safe. So, back on track. Back onto our goddess day 6. Our goddess day 6, which is the let it go. It's a big one. And why? Why is this a big one? Because while we might be easy to forgive, we don't always let go or release the story or the happening, because we've built an internal belief system from the episode, from the experiences, from the trauma, from the pain, from the thing that needs forgiveness. We've built an internal dialogue. And so what happens is we have this yo-yo effect. The yo-yo effect. Caitlin says, everyone is good here, a little stir crazy, but grateful for time together. Seriously. Kids home all together with the fam. It's not always easy, right? My daughter has said the same thing. She's like, oh, Mom, that Henry, her 3-year-old, she's like, ooh, he's into everything. He's like almost knocked over the kitchen bench, but she's doing her best too with what we can do. It's what we can do. So here we go. The yo-yo effect. You like that? The yo-yo? What is the yo-yo effect, Jeannie? The yo-yo is the energy. That's what I'm talking about. It's almost like you have the storyline and you do the forgiveness, and so there it goes, the down of the yo-yo. You know how the yo-yo's on a string, it goes down and it moves away from you, and you're like, I feel really good now. I feel great. But the yo-yo comes back, and not always right away. Sometimes you have to roll it back in, but sometimes it just goes right back and you're like, okay, I'm done. And you walk away. But what happened is that pain or suffering, that belief is still there. That's the nerve ending. The string's the nerve ending, and it goes all the way back into your body, into the remembrance, the unconditional thoughts, right? The unconditional thoughts that we have, which are, this really did happen. And if I let it go, then I'm like telling myself, it didn't happen. I'm letting go of all those feelings. I'm letting go of everything. And the body, the unconscious thoughts doesn't like to let go of control. It likes to be in control. We've built a belief system internally and rewarded ourselves for having those protective measures to keep ourselves safe, right? We keep ourselves safe. I'm never going to have that experience again. I'm never going to let anybody in that close again. I'm not going to go to a bar again. I'm not going to allow that to happen. We build up storylines, right? What's your never? I'm never going to, so we don't have to repeat the pain or have that experience. Or maybe it's, I'm not going to allow. What won't you allow? See, this is the belief system. This is what I want you to start paying attention to. So I want you to put your pen to the paper. I want you to put your finger to your keypad, and I want you to text it in. What is the one thing that you have that you believe to be true? Is it, I won't allow, I won't have this, I will keep this from happening, I can stop this, never again. Share it with me as I continue to share with you what the Edgar suit is. The Edgar suit is and I get this when I have a session, and this is the best way I could describe it when I started working with people. And maybe you know the movie Men in Black, Rays of Hearts, if you know the movie Men in Black, the first one. And when they went to the farm, and Will Smith is there, and they are looking at the husband, and they're like talking to the wife, and she's like, it's like he's wearing an Edgar suit. He's not really himself. That's the best way I could start to describe clients when I started working with them, when they weren't in their true light, when they weren't in their real essence. They weren't living life in the highest vibration, connected to their truth. They were standing back and allowing things to lead them rather than them leading their life. They weren't the leading lady of their life. They were wearing some kind of suit. They were playing a part. We all have had an experience similar, maybe not to the whole full-on Edgar suit where we're not living our truths at all, but it happens, and it happens very quickly and innocently, where our power is given away, and it could be given to another person, or it can be given to this pain. It will be given to the pain, and so we have this sorrow, and that's where the Edgar suit starts to come, and then we start peeling the layers away. And those layers are the parts that we start letting go, and we realize, I don't have to carry this anymore. So we don't have to wait for it to be this external shield around us. We can get to this work today. We can get to it letting go. Michael's sharing, I will never allow people to get to know me, so I will never be judged or bullied again. I will remain invisible. That's powerful, Michael. Powerful, powerful, powerful. So your internal belief system is built around, if I keep people at bay, if they don't know me, then pain doesn't come to me. And the reward is I don't have pain. So now, today, we're going to let go of the past. We're going to let go. We're not going to have the yo-yo of playing those stories over again. When we forgive it, it means that we need to unplug it. When we forgive it, we need to release it. That's the letting go part. We don't want to yo-yo. We don't want it to come back. We don't want to murder. So here's the story about martyring. And nobody wants to be a martyr. Nobody sets out their life to say, oh, I'm going to martyr. That's going to be me. So God gave us the ability to be forgiven for our sins and to forgive others. So this forgiveness is your gift. It's one of the greatest gifts. It's what keeps the world going forward. Forgiveness. Love. When we forgive, a miracle happens. A release happens. But it's not a full release, especially when we don't let it go and unplug it all the way. That means we aren't going back to the storylines. We didn't build a belief system. We're not yo-yoing back. We're not wearing the Edgar suit of, I'm not even myself. I don't even know who I am. I'm just going through this life, doing the best I can do. No. Now we're going to stand fully in and be like, I'm looking at this. I'm looking at this stuff, and I'm ready to show up loud and proud. I'm me. These things happened. I'm not going to carry them on my shoulder any longer or in my body. I am going to release them because God gave me the ability to release them. But by me carrying them and thinking I have to hold them, I'm martyring that gift. I'm martyring that gift. Just let that sink in for a second. That's a big one. It's huge. Storylines. The storylines of our life. The unconscious beliefs, the unconscious beliefs, that reward system that you built in so these pains won't happen again, is that you're still remembering that pain did happen. And what if you didn't have that? What would be different in your life? What would be different in your life if you weren't afraid, Michael, of having somebody be close to you? What would be different if you allowed love in? See, you can't judge. That's what we're ending up doing. We're judging. Sorry, I'm using you as an example because you shared. If you let somebody in because you opened your heart and you trusted, well, then you're going to be served. God is going to say, oh, here you go. And will that mean that you won't ever get hurt again? No, that's not what it means. It means that love will provide for you another opportunity to heal this big lesson, to heal this big teaching, because your soul came here to stand really forward and really true and really grand. Your greatest self is waiting to shine through, and it can't until you allow love in, and until you continue participating with the energy, right? Participating with love energy, not with the old storylines, not the yo-yo, not the Edgar Sue. Nobody's got time for that. You guys don't have time for that now. We're in a great upheaval now of energy. We're in this great moment of time where we have to be still. We have no other choice, but we're being told to stay home, social distance, be clear about that. Get in your own energy. Use this as the gifted time that it's meant to be. Yes, is it hard? Freaking, I'm gonna swear, fucking it is hard. Is it emotional? So emotional. But don't let those storylines keep you from playing small. Don't let it keep you from healing this deep rooted unhealthy behavior. Okay, so here are signs, and this comes directly from the Goddess You book. These are signs that you may just not be living your forward, signs that your soul is not forward in being your soul self, that you might be wearing an Edgar suit. So grab your journal and record any of the following that resonate with you. Here we go. Got your pen, got your paper. Good morning, Joni. How are you? Joni, it is not a weakness to be kind. It's just not at all, my love. You're in the right place, my love. Right here and right now. And I can't read. You're right. Okay, unfortunately, learning. It's about reserving the best for you, and then giving where you're called to give. But a lot of times as healers, a lot of times as sensitive souls, we want to give in order to receive something, to fill a void. We give in order to fill a void. So I want you to pay attention, and I want you to slow down before you give. I want you to check, put your hand on your heart and say, am I giving from the place of love? Am I being called to serve? Then it will stop being people taking advantage or looking for, handouts, or that you're seen as having a weakness. It'll turn it around. Okay, so here you go. Get your pen and paper ready. Or if you want to text it in, I love that. Life goes from event to event without feeling the feeling of joy. Does your life go from event to event and you aren't feeling joy in each event? You are just going through the motions of getting to the next thing. Do you feel lost, worried, shameful? This is a big one. Shame is a big word. People don't like it. Do you feel lost, worried, or shameful, or even lonely around other people? Those are big ones, right? Do you have a strong sense of what your talents are? Do you have a strong sense of what your talents are? Do you experience self-loathing or self-sabotaging? And I want you to think really clearly on this, because a lot of times we say no very quickly because we don't want to be that person. We don't want to be self-loathing. We don't want to be in a victim state. We don't want that. So we'll say no. But self-loathing, self-sabotaging behavior happens internally. It's that unconscious voice that speaks to us in times of whatever, worry, shame, whatever. And it's the voice that will tell us, dogs are going crazy. The voice that will tell us, don't do this. You're not good enough. You can't. You must be crazy. It's the voice that speaks not of love, but out of protection, fear. Okay. Do you feel weak? Do you feel weak? A weak constitution, weak in your mind, weak in your body? Do you have a scattered thought system? So does your mind jump from thing to thing and you can't seem to keep track? Okay. Those are your big things. Those are your big cue-ins that you are not letting go yet. You're not letting go yet. So let's move on to what we're going to do for our letting it go. Are you ready? This is a good one. Susan is sharing, I never expect anything when I help someone. I love that. The let go of attachment, right? Of the outcome. We let go of any outcome. We let go of the attachment, and we give from a place of serving. That's what that means, Susan and Joni. I hope that makes sense to you. Oh, I'm sorry that you're lost without your dog. That's so sad, right? Our pets bring us joy. But know that he's with you in spirit, and that you can call on that same feeling and that connection whenever you are in need. All right, here's the big challenge for you right now. I've pushed your buttons a little bit. Is everybody feeling okay with that? Are you feeling pushed? Do you feel are you feeling challenged by what I've said? Yeah, it's layers. Yes, I've done a lot of work on layers. Yeah, it's layers. It's layers. It's all good. It's all good. Oh, I'm sorry, kidney kids. That's hard. Blessed are those who expect nothing, and they shall never be disappointed. And yes, exactly. So what it is, it's just a void that she's feeling. It's a pain. That's all it is. And it's not wrong. It's just, let's witness the pain. Let's witness it. Then we can let it go. I have a strong feeling of my senses are. I don't. Sorry, I have to look at the computer to see what you wrote. Sometimes. Perfect. Challenge, but in a good way. Open up. Perfect. Yes, right? It's a good challenge. It's a good challenge to look at our pain. Because if you look at it, and I love this, Joni, I'm going to use you as an example. Just hold it in front of you of this non-appreciation, and just look at it on the outside of you. And then I want you to put your hands on you, and I want you to start to say, I appreciate me. I appreciate me. And every time you show up for yourself, that when you give, that you're going to appreciate what you have done, well, that's going to change the energy. This is the yo-yo effect, right? It's karma, right? What I'm saying yo-yo as a lovely way, but karma is the storyline. We get back what we put out. We receive what we put out. And so if we are not appreciating ourselves, if we are really hard on ourselves, if we aren't, looking at that unconscious belief system, and we are just living, in the moment, day to day, or just, years by years, and we're not paying attention, we're not going to get to the deepness of who we are. And you're all so amazing. You're all so amazing. Every single one of you that shows up to watch these videos, to hang out, to do the Angels Don't Lie, whatever, you're amazing. Because you want more, you're ready for more love. And so I'm peeling some layers away to insert some love in there today. Your deepest wounds, we're validating them, right? They don't define you though. So let's put them down on the outside. And that's your challenge today. Put it down on the outside, your greatest wound. And that means you put it on paper. If you want to write it out, write it out. Now is a perfect time. Get it out of you. Write it. If you need to say it out loud, then say it out loud. Tell the story, record yourself, so that way you can listen back. Write yourself a letter of release. Give yourself permission of letting it go and changing the dialogue. So when it comes up, you can... Dogs are going crazy. It must be the deer coming through the yard. So when it shows up and it starts pinging you to believe something that's not true, like, oh, nobody appreciates me, you can say, oh, wait a minute, I appreciate me. I'm appreciating me, and so therefore, that's all I need. God is appreciating me because I'm showing up. Max, come on! I'm on alive, dude. All right. Beautiful. Yes, and my cleaning business is open up, and awesome. Yeah. Perfect. So you've got your challenge. Oh, thank you, Shonda. Love you. Love you all. You've got your challenge. Now I need you to get to work. I need you not to wait. I need you, while this is fresh in your mind, don't close down your phone or your iPad or your computer and just go about your morning. Sit and get to the point. Look at it and love it. That's your job today. That's your challenge. I honestly don't know who I am. a widow. Susan, you're Susan. Susan, you're you. The pain doesn't define you. Being a wife isn't who you are. You came here as Susan. You came here as a soul, birthed through your home, your parents, with your siblings. You're a person, you're a being, you're a light. Being a mom doesn't define you. You define you. Go a little deeper today. Look at that wound. Look at that wound. Write it out. That's how you're going to get to the clarity. Okay, my loves? Mwah. Big work today. Big work. I've got you. Grab your book. Hold it to your heart. You can do this. You can do this. How do I know? Because angels don't lie. All right, my loves. I'll talk to you tomorrow or Monday, depending on how I feel tomorrow. Okay, bye.